The book of Hebrews. Book of Hebrews chapter 10. Point is verse 31. I'm going to start it up there. Start at verse 30. For we know him that have said, vengeance belongeth. For we know him that have said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And again, the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua shall judge his people. Verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to Elohim Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Kodash. Give honors to the elders and to the apostles that taught me his truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. I say shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning, Lord willingly this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, and subscribing to this truth to you. I say shalom. Brother Yahweh, coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This lesson is inspired by a video that I was watching. Like I came across it in my feed. You know, I get those like videos that just pop up and caught my attention because, you know, it is truly a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You know, right now we're in a time of judgment. Scriptures talk about how the Most High judgment shall begin at the house of the Lord, you know, being to those that know that they're Israelites. We're in the time of Passover, or we're coming into the time of Passover, you know, which is a sifting. And like the beloved elder said, we all being sifted, you know. That ain't just, you know, the Lord is gonna get rid of those that aren't right or the Lord don't want, or, you know, and ultimately the sifting is a trial of your faith. The elder from South Carolina basically broke that down. You know, the Lord might throw some, you know, like for instance with Yahushua, when the Most High Abanawa Yahweh didn't speak, you know, that probably was earth shattering to him. You know, when he called on his father and his father didn't answer him. But that being said, I'm gonna play this video. You know, it's all set up through the Spirit, you know, because pretty much Yahushua had to go through that, and we all got to go through our gardens of Gethsemane. So, you know, it just caught my attention because, again, you know, the Lord is bringing forth judgment, you know, every day. The scriptures talk about how the Lord judges every day. A lot going on, and like I said, you're gonna see more and more judgments, you know. So I'm gonna play this video. Lord willingly is edifying. Also shows you how the Lord worked through people. So fair use, fair use. I'm not profiting off of this. I'm just using this video to line up some scriptures. Lord willingly is edifying.
She was once one of the prettiest actresses around, but her friend's jealousy put an end to it all. Lin May was a very popular...
Now that's scary, because she looked like a fucking cartoon. That's the power we serve. Now, at first, I'm like, this is a fucking mask. This ain't real. That's the king of terrorism.
Jealousy put an end to it all. Lin May was a very popular actress in the 1970s and 80s, often considered a peak symbol of natural beauty that her male audience swooned over. She was in her 30s at the height of her career when she was pressured to keep her youthful appearance, with a friend convincing her to get Botox to smooth out any wrinkles in her face. It's said that same friend offered to do the injections for her. What Lin didn't know was that friend that was offering help was incredibly jealous and looking to ruin her career. So instead of injecting Botox, she injected Lin with a mix of cooking oil and baby oil, causing infections and huge abscesses in Lin's face. Lin worked with real doctors to get that all removed, but she's now 72 years old and has repeatedly gone under the knife to try and get back her once youthful look. She was once one of the prettiest actresses around, but her friend's jealousy put an end to...
Gotta play it back for the, you know, for the shock and awe, and so it could, like, you know, so it don't go over nobody's head. This is the power we serve.
But Lin May was a very popular actress in the 1970s and 80s, often considered a peak symbol of natural beauty that her male audience swooned over. She was in her 30s at the height of her career when she was pressured to keep her youthful appearance, with a friend convincing her to get Botox to smooth out any wrinkles in her face. It's said that same friend offered to do the injections for her. What Lynn didn't know was that friend that was offering help was incredibly jealous and looking to ruin her career. So instead of injecting Botox, she injected Lynn with a mix of cooking oil and baby oil, causing infections and huge abscesses in Lynn's face. Lynn worked with real doctors to get that all removed, but she's now 72 years old and has repeatedly gone under the knife to try and get back her once youthful look. She was once one of the prettiest actresses.
Terrifying, you know what I'm saying? Because how the Lord could just use people to pretty much do something that, you know what I mean, just change your life forever, you know. So, yeah. So, I got a few scriptures. This is the book of Job chapter 18, and beginning at verse 11. Job 18 and 11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. The he is talking about Esau, Edom. His strength shall be hunger bidden, and destruction shall be ready at his side. Verse 13, it shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. Verse 14, the point, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is considered the king of terrors. That's one of his many titles. And, you know, again, like when you go back to individuals like Jonah, like Job, you know, hell, you can go even further, you know, like just go back, you know, Antiochus Epiphanes. You know, I was listening to the beloved elder. He was going into how Antiochus Epiphanes, you know, showing you how Edomite came to repent. He pretty much, you know, praised and begged the Most High, and the Most High allowed him to die. Because he didn't, you know, showing you, like the scriptures say, you know, repentance is not offered unto Esau, Edom. You know, that's a terrible, terrible fate. You know, scriptures talk about how terrible Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is. You know. And then, I mean, when you look at that, like, her body look young, but her face look like a cartoon. So just like I said, the calamities that's about to come on these people, they have no idea. Scriptures talk about the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1, or chapter 111, and verse 10. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is the beginning of wisdom. Having a good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever. You know, and those that actually are rooted in this truth, those that actually are of the hopeful elect, we understand. You know, scriptures talk about wicked man understandeth not judgment. You know, we understand that everything that takes place on the earth, when you know, like when a baby dies, when an old lady dies, when you know these different things happen. Shit, even when it happens to brothers.
This person said they're tired of seeing ads all over their.
You know, it could either be judgment, or it could be, you know, for the Lord trying a man or testing a man or taking a man through something. To, you know, everything a man go through ain't set up to break him, but in order to build a muscle, the muscle got to be torn. You know, I was speaking about the fact that the 52 blocks or Kali or certain arts where, you know, they harden their bones by, you know, hitting hard objects, because you break the bone, and when the bone reforms, it comes back harder. So the Lord, in a sense, is taking us and breaking us to build us and make us harder. Scriptures talk about that in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, enduring hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. The book of Ezekiel chapter 28, Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 14. Happy is the man that feareth always, but he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief. I'm going to reread that in the NLT. Blessed are those who fear to do wrong, but the stubborn are headed for serious trouble. You know, and you got individuals that don't even see themselves doing wrong. You know, I was listening to the one beloved brother from North Carolina, doom and gloom. That brother was up there talking about some, Jake doesn't even realize how off it is to be a ninja. You know, it's glamorized in this world. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. You got individuals that have elevated themselves into prominent positions in society from being niggas. You know, you got TV shows like Vlad, where this guy, you know, literally is collecting data. You know, I remember the brother put me on to, what's that, Project Zypher? Project Mockingbird is pretty much, I think, with the news or the media. But Cypher, I guess you got these different influencers that bring out, and pretty much they, pretty much misinforming the people. They give out a lot of truth, but at the same time, that's the thing with a lie. You can tell a lot of truth, but one little false thing and it makes it a lie regardless. These numbering systems, like, oh, press 1 if you agree. Press 2 if you live down here. You know what I mean? That's all tracking and tracing type shit. Because you got to remember, all this information is going to, that's all being collected by Twitter, YouTube, all these different places, is being filtered and going to the government. I believe, speaking as a man, but I personally believe that's why they're not really flagging our videos. Because they're going to use these things against us in that day of trouble. But, while you still got the doors of mercy open, because we aren't in Passover, but it's only a couple weeks still. You're going to look up and Passover going to be here. Shit, we about to be at the end of this week, that's 2 weeks from now. And watch all the judgment that befall the world after then. Starting first and foremost with the house of Israel, those that know that they Israelites, because again, we about to be in sifting season. So I'm gonna end it with this. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, because again, you got, the Lord bringing evils, bad times, hard times, judgments. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, and ultimately he's gonna judge this place known as Babylon the Great, aka the Great Whore. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Scriptures talk about in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 about how they shall seek peace and safety, and sudden destruction shall suddenly come upon them. That's why it's so important to be always constantly in the spirit. Because if you fall asleep at any time, it could come suddenly upon you. So if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments of your power, whose true name in the Paleo-Hebrew is Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, or you will be destroyed. And with that, I want to give all praise, I want to give all honor, I want to give all glory to Loyam La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning. Lord, willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, and subscribing to this truth to you. I say shalom. Till next time, Lord, willingly. Shalom, shalom. Kwame Sharala. Wa